for me, if you know some basic theory, that's helpful. If you know how to build seventh chords, particularly off of the triads, you know, you've got the 1, 3, 5 for the triads, 1, 3, 5, 7 for each of the seventh chords, and you've got 5 types of seventh chords, so I would start with that. So for major seventh, first of all, I would actually make sure that you're able to play, say if I'm speaking in C major 7, you've got C, E, G, B. Make sure that you can play C, E, G, B, and then all of the inversions, the first, second, and third inversions off of that. So it's the same 4 notes that you're utilizing. Once you're able to do that, the way I like to try and approach it is I want to make sure that I can, first of all, just on a guitar level, want to make sure I can do it in 2 octaves in at least 2 different places. So I try and... So I've got that, but there are ways that you have to stitch those different positions together too. And a lot of times that is done through the diagonals. So I might think about it like, you know, like that, which is taking a shape through octaves. So I'm taking this shape, 1, 2, 1, 4, and I'm going 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5. But I'm seeing all of that through the octave right here. So if I just take this shape, I have those all over the place. So I can also do that, or, you know, or. So now it's just taking the shape of the seventh, you know, of each of those notes from each of the chord tones and taking that shape through the octave. So now I'm on the 5th right here, so it's the second inversion. So it goes G, B, C, E, then G, B, C, E, same fingering. That is, to me, those kind of parallel fingerings remind me of a pianistic approach. You know, as you go through a piano, you can actually go linearly across the piano using the same fingering like that, and that was kind of what spurred that idea to me. And I've seen other guitar players use that too, so I'm sure I'm not the only one to do that, but that is actually really helpful. So first of all, I would start with being able to play the 7th chord itself and then the inversions, the same 4 notes from all the different chord tones. Once I get through that, then I want to do that other thing, which I think of as arpeggio stacking. In the 50s, John Coltrane would vertically build from the root up, trying to get all the color tones, all the extensions, all the alterations on a chord. And I think one of his goals that I read was to be able to get to all 12 notes as an available option over any chord at any time. And so he would try and, you know, work his way through, you know, building these chords like that. And so I started thinking about how to do that on the guitar. And again, you know, it comes to an organizational principle of building it on the chord tones themselves. So if I took, you know, the C major 7 again, I've got C, E, G, B, and C again. Each one of those become a starting point for a different chord that I would build on that. So on the 1, I've got C major 7. On the 3, E minor 7. When I do that, that automatically puts the 9 in there. And it allows the, it's just that accenting of the color tone in there. So if I'm trying to badly sing on a C, but you know, you got the, you can hear the root in there against that. So while I'm doing that, if you're smart, you're also really paying attention to what you do. This is all ear training. So anything you practice, chord, scale, arpeggio, whatever it is, it should be training your ear. So that's how I'm taking this as well, as I want to, you know, so, you know, make sure I can sing that. If I'm able to sing it, I'm internalizing it, even if it's badly sung. But then after that, once I get up to the 5, instead of being diatonic to the key of C, I'm gonna raise the 11 there, so I actually use the extension instead of, you know, that would give me that kind of, you know, this kind of sound, which is nice. I really like that sound, but you know, this is also nice. So now you got, and it gives you the 9, the sharp 11 in there now too. So, and then when I get up to the 7, I use B minor 7. and that gives me the 13, the 9, and the sharp 11, all of those in there. So it is a very organized way of adding extensions to the actual chord itself. It's all very third based. You're just stacking on the chord tones themselves. Now you could do that on all the other chord tones too. If I do that, I realize that as you go through that, you've got to realize that you're pulling from the key of G now. So everything that you do, I'm actually harmonizing key of C, but with F sharp in mind. And that is kind of, in a nutshell, one of the tenets of George Russell's Lydian chromatic theory, is to pull that sharp 11 in there as a more consonant sound than the actual diatonic major scale. I'm Scott Hesse, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.